You and Liam are one of the few Love Island success stories.
Maybe
So you were stung by a jellyfish.
Stung by jellyfish!
Yeah.
Oh my god! We're jumping these waves. Liam's having the time of his life. And all of a sudden, I feel like a burning sensation all over my body. The body was sitting on my neck.
Oh my god, oh my god. Are you currently watching Love Island?
I am, are you?
Yes. How did you feel like you came across when you were on it?
I feel like I got quite good at it. There was a scene that I watched after I came out. He said that Lucinda was more his type. Marky!
I bet the argument you had after that one. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Dream On Podcast with me, your host Lottie Moss, and today I have a very special guest. You might know her from Love Island. Her name is Millie Court.
Hiya!
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's so funny because we know each other from before.
Yes,
obviously.
exactly. I've missed you.
I know, it's been a minute.
It
It's been a minute.
has.
The last time I saw you
Was it Ibiza?
was it, it must have been Ibiza.
Yeah, like, when did we get that? Was
Or
last
it was when
summer.
when I came to you or you guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was a big
Why
one.
every time we see each other we just get fucked up?
We get fucked up.
Yeah.
But Ibiza was a trip. We'll get to Ibiza because Ibiza was fucking jokes. But
It was.
you have just been to Australia,
Australia,
haven't
yeah.
you? How was it?
So good. But I went for a month, which is the longest time I've ever been away.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did you decide to go for that long?
So me and Chloe went last January, and we only went for 2 weeks because I can't remember why we decided to go so far, but we were like, I've always wanted to go, let's just do it. We had the best time.
Where did you go? Sydney or?
Yeah, just Sydney
Just
though.
Sydney,
So
yeah.
we just stayed there,
Yeah.
and we loved it, and just felt like we could have been there for longer. So
Yeah.
Liam wanted to come this time. She said, right, why don't we go? But let's just go over Christmas
Because it does take a long time to get there. So I
Yeah.
do feel like 2 weeks is not enough.
No, it's not. And by
Yeah.
the time you've got the jet lag like
Yeah.
over and done
Yeah.
with as well,
Yeah.
like then it's time to go home. Do you know what I mean? So we were like, right, stay for a month, go for Christmas. But that was a bit strange being
Was
there for
it? Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
And then it's also you're not with like any other family, so it's just like
Yeah.
you and like
To
Liam.
be fair, me, Liam, Chloe.
Oh yeah.
Chloe was there for Christmas, New Year's. She stayed for 3 weeks, I think it was. And we just basically got drunk the whole time, which is like fun.
That's
but
fun, yeah.
You do at Christmas, but I suppose the whole family aspect, that weren't there. So it was a bit strange.
And it's also really hot.
Boiling. Like
So you're
Christmas
like-
Day at beach.
You're not.
Barbecue.
I've done a hot Christmas though. What do you find? Do you like a hot Christmas or a cold Christmas?
No, cold.
Cold,
100%.
yeah, it has to
Why?
be, yeah.
What do you...
Because I've done it once where I didn't mind. I went to Miami with my family, and
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
it's actually okay. But I love a white
Is it
Christmas.
hot in
like-
Miami then?
Oh my god, yeah, boiling.
Shut
yeah, it's still hot,
up.
babe, because it's right next to like the Bahamas.
Oh.
It's on the East Coast.
Right.
Did you see any animals? Did you see any spiders? 'Cause
No.
That's my biggest fear. Is
spiders?
That's what I've put off going to Australia for such a long time because I'm so terrified. I've been
What
to Perth.
about the Bear Grylls thing? Didn't
That was Costa Rica.
So no spiders
No,
there?
there are spiders there. There are, but I didn't see any.
No, I didn't see none.
And I was in the
None.
wild.
Saw a snake.
Did you?
Like, but it was, we went, where did we go now? Me and Liam, like, he loves walking, hiking and all that. So he was like, right, let's go for a...
It's good
A
to be with someone
hike.
like that though, because I'm very like I'm a bit
Wouldn't
like
do
you. I'm like I'd rather just sit by the pool,
Yeah.
sit by the beach,
Sunbathe.
yeah, sunbathe,
Drink.
drink a mojito, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care to go like an adventure. So
Hiking.
sometimes it's quite nice to have someone that wants to go and do those like adventurous things because
Yeah.
Australia is gorgeous and there's so much to do.
Oh, loads. And
Yeah.
I think the last week, that's why we wanted to explore a bit more. So we got a camper van and we drove up to Byron Bay. So that's where it was. We were in Byron Bay. We did like a hike up to some lighthouse or something. And there in the tree, this fat, massive snake, like literally just curled up. But it could just drop on you. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of thing.
And they're quick.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah, they're quick.
I
When
don't
they
think I've ever
move,
seen this one.
ooh, they go quick.
Woo!
That was so weird. Why did I like?
Demonstrating what a
To
snake
be fair,
does.
when I was in Mexico over New Year's, I saw a snake as well.
Did you?
And I was walking back to my hotel, like down the Tulum. It was in Tulum. Walking back to my hotel, and I was with my friend. It was like late, and so it was dark. And there were these two guys in front of me walking, and one of them shouts, "Snake!" So we all, everyone scatters. This guy goes over, like kicks the snake, gets it off the thing. I'm like,
Go away.
yeah, they know how to deal with it though, because they see it all the time. But.
Fine, yeah.
So
and I
did you
suppose
see any other animals out there?
No, we wanted to see a kangaroo. Was
Yeah.
so badly wanted to see a kangaroo. We
Let's
were
see
like,
one.
if you do the camper van trip down that because basically to Sydney to Byron Bay is basically one long road for 8 hours. Like
Oh,
it's
wow.
fucking. It's quite easy, but it's a bit boring. And everyone was like, "You're going to see so many kangaroos just like jumping over the motorway, like doing that." And I was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to see like a wild kangaroo."
Yeah.
Didn't see one.
I saw one.
Did
I
you?
went, yeah. I was with my ex,
Oh, I'm
and
jealous.
we were driving, and we were driving from like inside Perth basically to just
Right.
outside to like it was like kind of like their countryside, I guess. And this big huge kangaroo went straight across.
Aren't they? Yeah, massive.
Yeah, and he said
Taller than us.
and he's Australian. He went, that was a big one.
Really?
It was, babe, bigger than the car. Like it was huge.
Bigger than the fucking car.
Bigger than the car, taller than the car.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty scared of that. Are they dangerous? Like, would they?
Well, I don't think in that kind of thing, no.
They wouldn't,
But I
no.
mean, I wouldn't want to go face to face with them because have you seen that video of that guy getting beaten up by like fucking
ginormous.
Round after round, and the dogs were no help.
It's like taking his dog, so he like goes up to it, starts beating up the kangaroo. Him and this kangaroo having a fist fight.
I don't think I've seen
they
that
do.
one.
They go like they
Shut-
punch. Have you not seen it? They punch. They go like that.
And they keep the little babies in the belly.
Yeah, that is cute.
That's kind of
though.
cute.
That is,
Yeah, I want to see that.
I believe you, baby, and then just like punches me in the face.
Yeah, maybe
So you were stung by a jellyfish.
Stung by jellyfish! Oh my god! Sorry, yeah, I was stung by a jellyfish. That was in Bronte Beach,
Yeah.
which is the one aside from Bondi. And there was signs. I mean, it was my fault, really. There were signs saying
Just a big sign saying jellyfish.
basically had a blue bottle on it. It's like a type of jellyfish anyway.
Okay.
And they're actually quite small, so the head, like the body is like this big, yeah.
No.
But really long, like
Oh my
tentacles.
God, it actually makes me feel sick, babe.
No, Lottie,
Wait, what?
honestly.
Because I heard about this. I've seen the clip. I saw the clip where you were talking about. But explain to my viewers if they
Okay.
haven't heard about it, what happened.
Right, so we're sunbathing now, and this sign is up quite regularly. And we were actually with one of our friends who lives in Australia, and she was like, "Look, it's actually fine. Like you'll see it and just move away from it. Like it's all good." But what people don't realise that is on Bondi Beach or Bronte Beach, the waves are absolutely huge. Anyway, so Liam's like, "Come on, let's go jump the waves." And I was like, "I'm not sure, like this jellyfish." And he was like, "She said it's fine. Like let's go in." I was like, "Okay, if we see it, I'm getting out." Anyway, these jellyfish are literally blue. So, like, how are you seeing that in the sea? They're like
literally.
see-through.
See,
you know
they
what I
are
mean?
see-through.
They're see-through. So I was like, I don't know why she said that.
Because also you can't see the tentacles, you can only see the head.
Yes.
So you don't even know where the tentacles are.
No,
from,
they could be anywhere.
Yeah.
And also the head's so small. Like,
Yeah.
and there was loads of seaweed and stuff in there when we went in. Anyway, we're jumping these waves. Liam's having the time of his life. And this wave crashes over me. And I get up and I'm like, got all my hair in my face. I've gone
Oh my
like
God,
that.
don't.
And all of a sudden, I feel like a burning sensation all over my body. And I was like, so I looked down to think,
Was it really
what is that?
painful?
It was like walking through a stingnail bush, as if you'd done that.
Yeah.
Like it was just stinging.
Yeah.
And I looked down, and it was all like this
Oh my
blue,
God.
long blue. I went, "Liam, I think it's a jellyfish." And then he went, "No, it's not. It's a piece of string." I was like, "No, I don't think it is." And then I felt it like go like more painful on my
don't,
neck.
no.
The body was sitting on my neck.
Oh my God, it's actually making me cringe.
It
Like
was sitting on
the
my neck.
thought, oh my God, grim.
No, seriously,
Because they
I'd
look
scream that.
alien like. It's so
Yeah.
they're so grim to me.
Oh,
The thought
my
of a jellyfish
God.
on me makes me feel so sick.
Do you know what's weird is that they don't last. You know that whole "we" on you situation. If you're stung by a jellyfish, they say "we." You don't need to do that. She literally, the lifeguard was so chill. I was like, "I've been stung by a jellyfish. Like, oh, I'm really scared." And she was
How
like,
did you get it off?
"What?" I just literally ripped it off like that. But the tentacles
What, by the head?
by the heads. I grabbed
Just
it.
grabbed it and flung it.
Yeah, flung it, but I flung it on Liam. And Liam was right in front of me.
He
And
deserves it, to be fair. He's the one who
did.
made you do it. I'm not going to lie.
Exactly. He said, "Let's fucking go in the sea." Whilst
Did
there's
it sting
jellyfish.
him?
Yeah. On his stomach. But not as bad as it did me, because my one was all wrapped around my body. Because
Does it
the
leave
wave.
a mark?
Yeah, so you could see like little red lines, but it wasn't like that bad. The lifeguard was so chill. She was like, "Oh, we've got another one, have we?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've just been, what do I do?" And she was like,
Just been literally attacked by a jellyfish, babes.
"What's going on?" She was like, "Just go have a hot shower and like you'll be all right in 30 minutes." And I was like,
really?
"What? Just that?"
Do you think there's ones
Yeah.
that are worse than others?
Got to
maybe?
be.
Yeah, because
They wouldn't let you go in the sea if they knew that
That
there
they
were,
were really
seriously
bad.
dangerous jellyfishes in there.
Yeah, true.
But because it's like blue bottles and you can see them like been washed up on the shore and they're just all dead and they are small. So I think that because the sting
Do
is...
they die after they sting
Yeah,
you?
don't know. Don't know about that. I don't know if they're bees. Is that bees?
Yeah, that's
The
what
bees,
I thought. But I was like, maybe it's the same thing.
I don't think no. I'm not sure, but I think they might wash up and then they die not in the water.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I hope it fucking died.
That one
after
deserved to die.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So that was horrible, but it was so fun though. I loved it there.
So what was your like highlight of the trip? What was your favourite part of it?
I think what was the favourite part? To be honest, it all blurs into one because I just felt like I was drunk the whole time.
I want to meet a fit man, right?
Right,
and
okay,
I'm not meeting him here.
I don't think that there's many fit guys out there.
Really?
Lottie.
Don't burst my bubble, because me and my friend were like planning on going at the end of the year.
No, seriously, you will meet just English people or Irish people.
Really?
Like you're not gonna, unless you're looking for an Australian, or you're not mind. You don't mind.
I don't really mind. I'm down for whatever. But
Whatever,
I mean,
yeah.
It would be a bit annoying if I met like because to be fair, I've dated an Australian guy before, and he lived in Australia, so obviously it didn't work.
Yeah.
But I think I just want like a fling. I just want to meet hot
Okay.
guys, because I'm not meeting any guys here, so I'm like.
But then they're all just gone to Australia. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
You go to Bondi and it's like mainly British. If you go to Coogee, it's Irish, which is another like town along. And then there was loads of Welsh people out there because like all of his mates had sort of moved out there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's another reason why we went. But I didn't meet one Australian guy. I mean, not that I was like, looking for it, but
yeah. But I feel like the guys are quite rowdy as well, because I've been to Bali.
Yeah.
And I've met Australian guys obviously in Bali, because
it's
go
close.
over there, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like their Ibiza.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
They go out there to party and everything. And I swear to God that the Australian guys out there were quite like. They're quite like
What's
a lot.
what's
Do you know
their
what
chat
I mean?
like?
Their chat's just very like, it's a bit like,
not good. They don't have the same banter though, which I think is what I'd find difficult.
It's a bit over the top for me.
Oh, right,
personally, like literally a bit like, because I think because English guys are so standoffish.
Yeah,
that when
that's what we're used to.
Yeah, that's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
So I'm not used to guys being so like, oh, you're right, you're so fucking fit, mate. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, it's a bit like, oh, okay. One of them, I went out, so I took my mum with me once when I went to Bali. We had like a 2-week trip, and then she left, and then I was by myself. And she came out, and we went out with a couple of my girlfriends and her for dinner. This fucking Australian guy comes up to her, starts massaging her, being like, oh, like, you're fucking sexy for like for a mum. Blah, blah. My mum's like married to my dad. Like, she's like, what the fuck is going? But they do just like, it's very forward, I think, and I'm just like not used to that.
But I quite like that. I think, but if you're not used to it, then it's a bit of like breath of fresh air. But then it might get a bit annoying. I'm not sure.
Sick of the guys here not even
not
like, they're
a
staring
fuck.
at me like they want to kill me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, are you going to take me out or put me in a suitcase? I don't like. It's so beyond. The guys here will literally just sit and stare at you. Do you know what I mean? They won't.
Or they don't come up to you and you're like, what have I got to do all the work?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The boys are. I feel like. I mean, I've been in a relationship now with Liam for a couple of years, but like London boys, I feel like they don't always come up to you, and like you just gotta give them the eye and make sure that you let them know that you like them for them to come over to you. They're not ballsy.
They're not. Do
you think
they literally want to be princesses? They want to be the girl.
Yeah. They want to be.
They're like, open the door for me, like hold, like, pull the chair out for me. I'm like.
We don't want that.
I can't do that.
Okay,
so speaking of dating, how did you? Because you and Liam met on Love Island.
Yeah.
So how was that compared to like real life dating? Because it's obviously so different. Like as we were saying, like guys never come up to you, but in there you have to like you're forced to make a connection in there.
Of course.
How was it? Did it feel natural with Liam, or was it very like?
To be fair, our first date was, I think. I mean, I liked Liam before I joined the show. So I went on after 7 days and I got to watch the show before I went in. So I knew who was in there, I knew what was happening. And the last episode I watched, Liam come in, and I was so happy because the OG boys, I was like, none of these are really my type. I actually don't know if I would go with any of these guys on the outside. Yeah. And Liam came in, they dropped him in, and I was like, oh my God, he's tall, he's like got dark hair, was fit, but the only problem was he was 21, and I was like, I was 24, and I was like, oh my God, my chaperone when we were in Mallorca was like, you can't look at the age, like come on, like you fancy everything else about him, like just you've got to overlook it because this isn't a scenario you would normally be in, you just need to go for it. So I was like, okay, so I knew I wanted to, speak to Liam, managed to go on a date with him, and sparks are flying. Literally, like we got on
was he
so
not interested
well.
in anyone else either?
So I went in with Lucinda, so two of us, and there was a scene that I watched after I came out, and he was talking to someone, and he said that Lucinda was more his type. Marky.
I bet the argument you had after that one was fucking.
I'm like sending it to him on whatever I saw it. I'm like, are you fucking for real right now? So I'm not your type, no.
Yeah, so you hate me then?
Yeah. You don't fancy
So you
me.
would break up with me then?
You telling me I'm ugly? yeah. Basically, that's what you're saying. But he's basically said, look, you came in. I had short, bright blonde hair, and he was like, I've only ever been with brunettes. So like, yeah, you weren't my type, but I chose him for the date, so he kind of didn't really have a choice. And when we were on the date, because it went so well, then he was like, it was a scene after. It was like, I actually thought that was really sexy.
But
she's
it is
really
always like you said that you weren't really sure about his age.
Yeah.
Sometimes that you have to give people a chance.
You do.
Like it actually teaches people. Like I think Love Island is quite good for that because there are so many people that you would never normally really go for.
100%.
And in Love Island, you're kind of forced to try and make connections because in the real world, like if you're not interested, you can be like, oh cool, I'll just go on a date with someone else on Hinge or whatever.
I wouldn't even choose him for a date on Hinge. I wouldn't swipe.
You wouldn't swipe. You'd be like, oh nah, yeah. So it's quite good in a way, that you were like, because it is always the connections that you don't think that will actually make it.
Yeah, of course. And that's maybe why it is quite a good experiment because as well, he's from Wales. So like before then, I'd never met anyone from Wales. I haven't even been to Wales. Do you know what I mean? So like when would we ever
have met?
Be in the same scenario? So it's like, it really is like fate. Do you know what I mean? That we met.
That you had like, oh, what are we gonna do on the outside? Like, 'cause you lived in Wales and you lived in,
course.
Like, you know,
so how what we're gonna do? How are we gonna make this work? And he had said in there, once we sort of was really secure and we were like, right, you know, this is for the long run. It was like, I'm gonna move to Essex. So straight away, so I didn't really have that issue. But now obviously we're long distance because he just couldn't get on with Essex.
Really? But you've moved now with Chloe.
Yes.
Our mutual.
Yeah.
So does he not want to live there?
So
because you live in London now.
We live in London, yes. We lived in Essex obviously I'm from Essex. She moved to Essex as well with Toby when she come off the show. He's from Essex. So like I had Toby and Chloe as a friend and Liam was there. So it was the four of us always. And then they broke up. Me and Liam broke up. We moved in together, stayed in Essex, and we decided recently to move to London. And Liam was like, look, he could see himself more in London than Essex, but
bit more going on in
it's a bit more going on, but then he thinks that there's less going on in London than there is Wales because his hobbies and the things that he likes to do, i.e. hike up mountains, there's no mountains in London. You know? And it's like it's his lifestyle had to really change, and he was like, look, I'm losing the things that I actually love doing, and that's like my home, and he needed to find himself, go back to where he lived, and his family is a really family orientated person. So to come away from Love Island, have no one, just me, be in Essex was a really big change. So he was like, look, I'm going to go back to Wales.
Maybe he needs to ease into it as well.
Yeah, but also I might just have to become a Welsh girlie. Can you imagine?
Move to Wales.
Yeah.
Imagine if you picked up the accent and all.
Do you know what?
We're going to see you with a t-shirt with like the flag on and all. Wales' biggest supporter.
I actually am at this point.
You'd
jewelry
be
brand,
like the most famous couple to live there, to be honest, wouldn't you?
Especially in Merthyr
You'd be like the Posh and Becks of Wales.
There's absolutely nothing going on in Merthyr Tydfil.
Have you been there?
Well, loads of times, yeah. But like, it's about 45 minutes from Cardiff.
Could you ever see yourself like if you got like a family, maybe?
Yeah, this is the
You're
thing.
Like, no.
No, like I actually am.
Like wild horses couldn't drag me, bitch. Like no way. Because that's how I feel about like bless my ex. Like we went to Ireland. He was from Ireland.
Yeah.
Galway. And it's lovely. And he was like, I want to move back here. When I was like thinking,
don't do that.
No.
Really? Would you ever leave London? It
was lovely. And I love these little small towns and stuff. Like my parents live in like quite a small little village, but I can't. I need something. Like, I would move maybe an outside, like an hour outside of London.
Yeah, that's as far as you'd go.
As far as I could go.
The thing is, it's like we don't have to rush things right now. Yeah. Like I am not in any rush to leave London right now. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
You won't be going to Ireland anytime soon. You can stay in London.
I'll stay put and live alone, with my cat.
No, oh yeah, we got your cat.
Yeah, got my baby girl.
No, I think it's like at the moment there's no need to move. Like I'm not moving, but you know, like you say, when it comes to family and the time that we want to start having babies, then maybe. But then that's another thing is, what about when I have a baby and then I'm not close to my mum?
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I think, how would we do
I think
that?
it's just one of those things you have to like reach that
stage and then see
when
what
you
we're
get
doing.
to it. Yeah, when you get to it.
There's no point
definitely.
thinking about it now. Like with career wise for me, it
Do you
doesn't
guys
make sense.
talk about having family and getting married?
Yeah.
And stuff?
I mean, not for ages, like,
Really?
but we know that we do want to have kids, so that's like good because I've always wanted kids. Do you want kids?
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I want
can't
kids, yeah.
wait.
I've always known I'm gonna be a mum. I've always had that feeling
me
inside
too.
me. Like, yeah, it's quite nice, isn't
It's
it?
so exciting and such
Yeah.
a nice thing to look forward to. I think
That's the thing. I think even like now that I'm single, like I was speaking to someone, they were like, my mum said, just enjoy that moment before you meet the person. My mum and dad met when she was in her like early 30s.
Yeah.
And like I'm only 27, but she was like, honestly, when you meet that person, like it's such a whirlwind.
Yeah.
And it's so like amazing. And sometimes you wish you could go back to the beginning almost, because then you could like relive it. So she said, just when it happens, just live in the present and just be like excited for what's to come.
so
Do you know what I mean?
nice.
So I'm like, I get excited thinking, that my person's just wandering around out there, like not knowing that one day we're going to meet and have kids. Yeah.
How weird is that?
He's
That's such a crazy
some unsuspecting poor man, poor soul. He's out there living his best life until I meet him.
He might be thinking the same about him. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He might be like, oh, some poor woman is going to have me one day.
No,
but
I
then,
think so many guys don't think they're going to get married and have kids. They're like, nah, and then they meet the girl and then they do.
but I feel like men grow up later than
They
we
do, yeah.
don't we? Like, I just feel like we
Yeah, they're like
are more
29
mature.
thinking they're still in their youth.
Do you know
They're
what I
like,
mean?
Do you know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, I can't wait to go out this weekend. You're thinking, where?
What? Let's just chill out a little bit
Chill
now.
out,
We need
yeah.
to, you know,
Go
settle
out where?
down.
The old person's home.
Yeah.
Babe. What? Bizarre.
No, I know, but that's the problem. Liam's younger than me as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we do have
So
to
how
wait.
old are you now?
I'm 28.
Yeah.
And he's 20. Well, he's 25, which
Yeah.
isn't, you know, a big difference. But when we spoke about having kids, obviously he's like, look, I don't have kids till I'm like 30. And I'm like, okay, well, that means I'm going to be 33.
Yeah.
You know, but
Because that's the thing with men,
That's
they have to
fine.
understand, like, for us, like, there is a time limit.
that's what I
Like,
said to
for them,
him.
they don't have, like, a cap.
Yeah.
For us, like, we have a point and then the eggs, they just go down and down and the egg count just goes further down. So it's like...
Exactly. And
know.
I said, look, okay, ideally we would love to plan it like that. But let's say I'm over 30 and I fall pregnant. I'm not getting rid of that baby because
absolutely not, yeah.
you know, I'm at that time now. Like you
Yeah.
said, there is a fucking time limit.
Yeah.
I will
And
have
also,
that baby.
if you get that kind of like almost gift, like you don't want to
Of
like,
course.
you'd risk it at this, but you
No.
know, when you get a bit older, because you never know. Some people like have one and then they can't have another one.
Exactly.
So but I think if I hit 30, like when I hit 30,
Yeah.
like if I hit 30,
Yeah.
that happens.
Let's hope you do.
Let's hope so. No, I'm like, no, I've made a deal. I'm gonna stay 27 forever. And so yeah, when I hit 30, I think I'm gonna go to the doctors and like speak to them and be
Freeze
like,
them?
and not freeze them, but like get checked so that I see how many it's going on.
Because I don't even know.
Because that's the thing, sometimes you don't know. So if you go to doctors, they can check for you if you're fertile and stuff like that.
Don't start scaring me now. What the fuck?
I know.
We might not even be able to have
Oh my God,
babies.
let's not go there.
Yeah, that's really sad.
That's not where we wanted to go on the
No,
podcast.
yeah.
Are you currently watching Love Island?
I am. Are you?
Yes.
Yes,
My
obviously.
girl Tina's on it.
Oh, of course, you're friends with Tina.
Yeah. So I've been friends with Tina for years. Like we used to live together. That's my bitch.
You used to live together.
We used to live together.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Right,
so we
okay.
lived together for 2 years, I believe, or a year. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on her on it then? Do you
I
like,
love
feel
her,
like
but she's come across, and I
Yeah.
literally like I can't wait to like see her and speak to her when she gets out. But
Yeah.
like I've had a little text with her, and I just said like I'm so proud of you. Like you
aw.
came across. And I said to her, you came across exactly as
I
you are.
agree.
Just such a
God.
lovely, sweet girl. Like,
Yeah, she was
she
sweet,
is such
yeah.
a truly like lovely human being, and
Aw.
I'm so glad that like that's how she was perceived.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can see like we all have people we know on there, and sometimes you see someone you think, oh God, that's not what
That's
they're
not how they're
like.
portraying them. Yeah.
And this is the thing with the edit. So you've been in it, like it's 24 hours filming.
Of course, yeah.
And then you get what, an hour?
You could get a dodgy edit.
You could get a
actually
really
can.
bad edit.
Yeah.
And like something could be, said differently. All the like faces that you
Of
make and
course.
stuff. It could be to a different situation. They just edit that to make
Yep.
it like it was for that situation. So it is very. How did you feel like you came across when you were on it?
So, well, I feel like I got quite a good edit. I did.
Because I never watched your series. With
Did
Chloe.
you not?
No, I never watched it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it was, it went well basically, and we won.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Hey,
yeah.
yeah.
Play. So that was good, but
Do you get anything when you win?
50 grand.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know
50
that.
grand. But I
I
split
meant
it.
like a crown.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a plaque. You get 50 grand. How did I not know that you get 50
You literally
grand
win
at the end of
50
it?
grand. And I got it. It checked into my account the next week after we left.
That's
I
great.
was like
They
this,
pay.
Mum, I'm rich. I'm literally rich. What the fuck? But
Well done, ITV, for paying
yeah,
on time, by the way.
yeah, I know. That was
They
good.
were quick with it, yeah.
Yeah, but not 50 grand just to me. So I had the card that said you've got 50 grand. Then it was my choice whether or not I'd split it or with Liam or keep it to
Do they
myself.
still do that now?
They don't do that anymore.
don't do that
I think
anymore.
our season was the last to do that. So obviously I split it. And yes, bye Liam.
Sorry, mate.
Jog on back to Wales. I'll
I've got
keep
some big
it.
plans for this 50 grand. And you're not included in them.
Yeah. So that was quite good. But I do know what you mean though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the edit, there were some people that didn't get a good edit on our series. Like, and that's what's scary about going on the show.
This is the thing. And it's also scary
Yeah.
if you think about what's happened in the past with Love Island, with people's mental health.
Of course,
is
yeah.
You can think that you're fine and then you come out and
I'll be
everyone
shitting myself.
fucking hates you.
Can you imagine?
This is the thing.
It's
Yeah.
a proper risk that you put yourself
Because
through
there's probably
doing
people
it.
in there, even with All Stars, that are currently in there thinking they've got really good at it, and they don't.
I know.
Like,
And they
you
probably
know.
think that they're loved and they don't have a clue what's going on the outside.
Yeah.
And then they come
Like
out.
Elma, obviously.
She's just done a 360.
She's fucking it,
No,
babe. She's
180.
fucking it. She's ruining it. I liked her, and then suddenly,
It's
like,
changed.
she's changed, and like now she's going for Curtis. She's going for all these people. I'm just like, oh my god.
But do you think that
But
comment?
she got voted best girl.
So do you reckon it went
So
to her
she
head?
probably thinks I'm great. I'm winning. I'm
That's
winning
what
this
I mean.
shit.
So she's gonna come out and
She's
see
gonna
all
come
this
out and
stuff and
see,
be
yeah.
like, "What? I was best girl. How's this happened?"
Yeah, because she's liked in the villa, obviously, by
Yeah.
all these people. But then, you know, when she comes out, it might be different. But then that's a scary thing. with
no,
your
yeah.
mental health, because you're like, oh god. Like,
But I think Tina got a good
Tina's
run.
great.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
great. She's come out already and she's spoken and said, like, you know,
Amazing.
thank you so much. You know,
Yeah. Because we had Chugs is one of our friends. He went on it.
Chugs. By the way, Chugs and Tina, did you sing?
Exactly. And he
I'm
literally,
gonna do
she
something.
pied him.
She pied him so bad. Like she didn't even just part. She didn't even say no. She
Proper
went like
pie.
she did a
She
did a lunge. Babe.
Oh my god! But he didn't. Why did he lean in for that kiss?
don't
Seriously, I said to
know.
Liam, "You need to have words with that boy when he comes out
That was
about fucking
embarrassing.
dating, kissing tips."
Yeah.
Because that wasn't it. That weren't it. Poor Tina. She must have felt so awkward in that
No,
situation.
but I know Tina, and I know that's not her type. Like,
No,
I was like,
really?
yeah. I was like, that bitch hates him. Like, I was like, she does not like him. But like, it's funny watching your friends on it
No.
because you see like,
Yeah, you
you're
see
like,
it.
oh yeah, babe, like she hates him. Like she doesn't
Yeah.
like him. She really likes him. Like with Scott, I think she really likes Scott.
I think so too. And I actually was
I
really
like
sad
Scott.
about that
I
situation.
like
'cause
Scott. I
thought
think
they
he's
were
sweet, and I
good.
think they were good together.
So did I. But I don't know what Scott.
What was holding him back?
Yeah.
He seemed like in both of the like things.
But then it's been going around on social media. Like, don't you think that this series has just got that little like off thing about it where like you can just see certain people are really struggling with their mental health. Do you know what I mean by that? And I think like there's something off. Like Luca was crying loads.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's because there's some people that go into Love Island now. Because at the beginning when Love Island was started, no one knew it was going to get big. So everyone went on and was just themselves.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just,
so
they
true.
were just these people that were like builders and like,
Yeah.
you know, well, I worked at a beauty salon. They were like, fuck it. There was no influencers back then.
No.
Everyone was just like, I'm just going to go in and be myself. And this was a time of like, you know, when people just did reality shows because they were
Yeah.
offered it. They were like, fuck it.
Yeah,
Like,
why not?
Yeah, I literally have like a normal 9 to 5 job. I'd love to just partake in this.
Yeah.
Like when you watch like OG Made in Chelsea, no one gave a fuck.
No.
Like, even about outfits and hair and makeup and everything.
Yeah.
It was kind of like natural.
That was the
I
best
think
days.
now this was the best days. It was the heyday of like reality television. I think now there's half the people in Love Island, I think, that go in with an intention. They go in, they're not there for love. They're there to get a fucking brand deal. They get there to get their bag. And I think some people aren't, and some people actually are going there to like meet people and have a good experience and find love and stuff. So I think that's why it's so weird, the thing now, because there are people in there that are fake. in my opinion, I think it's just a bit
just
fake.
a show. Yeah. And then who's the last couple?
Harriet and
oh yeah, I like them.
I love them.
Yeah, I do.
I love them.
And I think that they've got potential to win.
I think Ronnie's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I see what she sees.
Oh
Yeah.
I mean, he was a bit of a knob in the first series
Yeah.
that they were on together, but this series he's really proved himself, and you can actually see how besotted he is by her.
Yeah.
He's like he's a little
that is
puppy.
it's very
running.
difficult for men to actually sit and declare that much of like
how much
like,
she
he
likes
fully just
her.
was vulnerable with her when she came in. He was like, "What the moment I saw you, like, I was like,
Oh, bless him.
do you know what I mean? That takes a lot, especially on TV, in front of cameras, in front of all these other people that you
weren't
don't know
ashamed.
that well. Yeah, to say that and just be like, that's very sweet. I think.
I love that for them, and I think they'll go far. I mean, I think we've got to kick out one more couple, and then it's the final.
Yeah, I do feel like this time though it's been a bit more juicy in terms of like how they've asked them who do you think is the fakest couple in it. What are they doing with that? Like that's so mean. Like it's literally like how can you be the most? You know when you're like sat at after party and you go, who do you hate the most in here?
Like it would never happen.
Yeah. Who do you think stole the alcohol, all of the wine? Like who do you hate the most in this room? Who's your least favorite friend? Like what are they doing with those questions?
I don't know, but it's good.
Great TV.
It's fucking great.
TV.
And it causes the drama. But then I
this is
think
the thing.
with the All-Star being...
Because if they didn't, it would just be happy families.
What would happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but then I think this time round, well, the first series of All-Stars, I think they create too much drama that people didn't create like a connection with couples as much. Because, you know, like in the original Love Island, like they make a storyline, like a love storyline. Someone's always like, you're like, wow, they really love each other. But with All Stars, it's got like a different feel to it. They put too much drama in it that actually,
because it's what everyone knows each other from before.
Yeah,
kind of like, you know what I mean? Because
course.
Like for people that don't know, I feel like the Love Island crew are very invested in each other.
Oh, we all know everything.
Everyone knows everyone about everything.
Yeah,
and it is. And I didn't really realize like it was like that until I met Chloe when we were on Celebs, and she was talking to Adam about it, and they just know everything about everyone.
Isn't
and this
it
person did this,
weird?
and I was like, that is crazy.
Because I feel like maybe we go to all of these events.
You go to the same events, but you will have something in common. You will have this connection that no one else in the world has ever had.
When you see them at these events, you're like, let's go chat to them.
Yeah,
because
I see you.
Yeah. Hello, fellow Islander.
Like, do you remember the war bottles?
Yeah. And then you feel like, because you weren't influencers before, and maybe there's certain people at these events who have like kind of like grown into that influencer space naturally, that they've like, they feel about these events very differently. They're probably very confident. But us, when we come out the show, it's very nerve-wracking. You're now around all these famous people that you've probably watched on telly yourself. Like,
and you kind of probably have that thing of like, God, I shouldn't be here.
Shouldn't be here.
You get imposter syndrome because you
100%.
left being normal, and then you like, come back and you're like
famous.
mega famous, but everyone knows who you are.
Yeah.
So then walk down the street and you're like, what?
And then you think, all right, okay, who am I going to speak to in this scenario? And you think, well, actually, the other islanders over there have been for exactly the same thing. They know. And then you kind of can get advice, or like you just sort of lean on them a little bit.
It's like a bonding.
It is
experience.
a bond.
Yeah, it's a bond. Yeah,
it's a bond. Yeah, you're so right.
Sweet.
But then you don't always bond with everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Because some people are twats. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've come across those too. I've been to a couple of those events where it's like Love Island people, and I'm like, some of them I'm like, babe, like
you're not it.
You're not that. You're not what you think you are, babe.
No.
Would you ever do another reality TV show?
Never say never, but I do think after my first, like when I went on experiencing TV for the first time, I did really struggle with it afterwards, and realizing actually what it's like to be on a TV show, how manipulative it is. And like, actually, I wasn't on there for a holiday actually to find love. I was filming a TV show, and it put me off going on TV again. So, but now I'm sort of 3-4 years down the line, I've got a bit more confident in myself. I think maybe. Yeah. But I don't know what reality TV show that'd be. Like, I wouldn't go on Towie or anything.
Yeah. Maybe there's one that hasn't come out yet that you might.
Yeah.
Because they're making TV shows all the time.
That's so true.
You never know. You and Liam are one of the few Love Island success stories. What is the secret to your relationship?
Oh God, secret to our relationship. I just think, honestly, the fact that we are my best friends, like I can be so open with Liam. I know this is really disgusting, but like I've never like pooed or farted in front of a boyfriend before. And like he was the first time that we were in our own space after the villa. He went to me, I'm going to go to the toilet. I was like, okay. He said, okay. So I went to the toilet, closed the door, and as I'm like I'm going for a poo, obviously. And he came in and he was like, I was like, oh my God, get like, what are you doing? I'm going to the toilet. And he was like, are you going for a poo? I was like, yeah. And he was like, right, okay, let's just get this like over and done with, because I know you're going to be weird about it, but like it's so normal, so I'm going to sit here and chat to you whilst you poo.
I kind of love that.
And I was like, okay. Then I couldn't poo, but someone,
then you like
yeah,
back up.
yeah, and it was really
I
awkward.
don't need to go anymore. Yeah.
But I think because we're so open with each other that we know.
But it's quite endearing that he just like doesn't care about your shit because he loves you that much.
Yeah.
Because like for me, like that would probably put me off a guy.
Yeah, would it?
Like, do you know what? But I'm like, it would put me off someone if I didn't love them. If when I'm in love, I'm like, oh my god, shit, fart, do whatever
anything.
Fuck you want, babe. Literally shit in front of me if you want. Like shit on the bed for all like.
I mean, say shit on me.
Shit on me, yeah. Fart on me, babes. Yeah. But like I still get embarrassed. Like even though I know they love me,
I would normally, yeah. But he kind of like pushed those boundaries and broke them, and I was like, oh, okay, this is actually quite nice, because I would poo in front of my friends. That's what I mean by like,
facts.
You know, like I would do everything I do in front of in front of Liam, and that is kind of like the foundation of our relationship. Is just be friends first.
How do you deal with like long distance?
It is hard because, you know, for situations like that, like he's basically learning to become a PT at the moment, so he's doing a course, and that's every Saturday, so he needs to be in Wales every Saturday for the next like 2 to 3 months, which means I won't see him on the weekends now unless I go there, which I can do obviously, but
how long does it take to get to Wales?
Well, driving 4 hours, train 3.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not actually that bad.
No, it's not bad at all. But it's just when going there to maybe only go for 2 nights, and then I've got to come back for work or something. So, but it's fine. Like we make it work, and I actually enjoy like looking forward to seeing him. Like I miss him, you know. And then it's really nice when we see each other. So, actually, it's not as awful as people think it would be. But would you ever do it? Would you ever do long distance, or have you?
I think it would. I've never. No, I did it for a bit with this Australian guy.
Oh right, yeah,
for a month. I very quickly realised that was not for me. I'm one
Australia's
of those people.
far, babe.
I'm one of those people like distance does not make the heart grow fonder.
No,
it makes it grow horny and look for other people. You know what I mean? Like,
stop.
Unfortunately, yeah. Like I'm just like bored. Then I'm just like I'm over it now. Like I need it to be like in front of me. Like I can deal with like a month off.
But you have ADHD,
but, like,
right?
I have ADHD, yeah.
Do you think that could be
100%,
something from that?
Like, I could do a month, 2 months, but I'm saying like
then it's
like,
boring.
If you live in a different country permanently, no, like we ain't doing this.
No, I think if it is another country that I couldn't get to within, I think 4 hours is fine. Yeah. But like, if I had to get a flight, I think that's when I think things would maybe change.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I just knew that like the next time I would see him would be in like 6 months. I'm like, fuck that.
that.
Do you know what I mean? We're gonna have to spend all of our time on the phone.
No.
And this is the thing as well. And also Australia, when they go to sleep, we wake up.
So what's the point?
So what's the point? I have to stay up until like 2 a.m. to like chat. No, do you know what I mean?
Pointless.
So I think it does depend, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You guys broke up though, didn't you?
Yeah.
When did you break up?
So it was after we came off the show, and I would say about 7 months or 7 to 8 months after we broke up. So it was quite funny. People always say, oh, you've got like a contract that you have to be together for a certain amount of time after the show, and everyone was like, their contract's expired, like that's why they've broken up. That was like the rumor.
That's not real though, is it?
That's not fucking real. No, can you imagine? I do know a certain scenario though where
I think I know who you're talking about.
Well, I don't know, I think it's probably a lot of couples it's happened to, but that you can clearly tell that they were faking it on the show and kind of didn't really like each other, thought let's just try it. So then after the show wanted to break up straight away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the managers had said no, you can't break up that quick. So you need to extend and like, you know,
that's juicy.
And like just do big cheating and try and keep it secret. And then when they were allowed to announce that they weren't actually together,
hard because if they want to go out and then they maybe get with someone and then someone takes a picture, then you're fucked. And then you look like a cheater and then everyone hates you.
So it's like a bit of a risky game, but like your management would recommend.
Did you get a lot of backlash for the breakup? Or like a lot of
no,
people
I didn't.
Liam,
yeah. So that's another thing. Some rumor went round. He went to Wireless. He wasn't even at the festival. He was, which is so strange that someone would think like make this up. Someone made up a story that he was at Wireless. He went in a portaloo toilet, shagged a girl. Someone went in afterwards. Her knickers were on the floor, and
That's weird.
like a full-blown story. Tweeted it, and our mates were like going, "Yeah, I can vouch for this. I was the girl that went in afterwards and found her knickers on the floor."
Why would you want to be that girl?
Yeah, like it's not a
Be
flex
like,
lying.
I found the knickers.
Yeah.
I smelt them, and it was indeed like. Why are you like trying to press this?
true.
Like, yeah, what?
And why are you doing that? Like, what has gone through your
loads of people
head?
make up stuff like about that because they know that they're going to get views and people are going to like.
They want to go viral.
Yeah,
they want
viral.
likes on
yeah,
Twitter.
They want like that person that's like, oh my god, like
I fucked up their
Tommy,
relationship.
you know the Tommy.
Yeah, what the fuck? See, like
that
she's
girl, you know that girl
deluded.
that's like, you know the girl that's like, what she say? It's like, yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
And it was part of the reason. Yeah. Have you seen her TikTok?
Is that
On
a
side
lie?
note, have you seen her TikTok?
No, what? What of her saying it?
She has the craziest TikTok. She has the like
Explaining the story.
like basically no. She just is like she obviously does like OnlyFans or some shit. But she's going, oh, I want a big boy in my nunny like and stuff. Like no, I swear to God, I'm gonna show you it. You're gonna die. You're actually gonna die. It's
Oh, no.
Shout out to this girl because honestly, I go down her TikTok and I just make her laugh. Like I have a field day on this shit. But you can because people believe that.
Well, yeah, people will believe it. Like, and that's like you said with that Tommy thing. You don't know whether these things that we hear about people in the public eye, whether they're true or not.
Shit. People believe anything.
Oh,
you
they
say
did.
Online.
Liam got really badly trolled, and he ended things with me, right? And he was the one then that got the blame because obviously you don't break up and then tell everyone the reason. So everyone speculated. This girl made up a rumor. So Liam was actually struggling mentally, and then that came out, and then it just blew up, and I was like, this actually isn't fair. I have just been dumped, but I feel the need now to go up on social media and stand up for Liam, even though at that time I actually hated him.
That's really nice of you though.
Because I thought this isn't fair that now everyone's gonna have this opinion.
Like, it's your relationship with him, so it's like that's nobody else's business.
No, yeah,
so
of
it
course.
feels like anything that they're saying about it, whether it's like whatever it is negative, you're kind of like, shut up. Like this has nothing to do with you. Like it makes it worse. Like
and it was hard then for him because he, we were dealing with a breakup and then that happened and it was awful. So I sort of put a statement out and was like, look, please don't believe everything you read online. He wasn't even at Wireless, blah blah blah. It sort of eased off a little bit, but then not everyone saw my story. So then there's still people believe it, and to this day people say it to him in the street.
Really?
Like yeah, like we'll be
people
together.
Are so bold to be like, didn't you cheat on her?
Yeah.
Like what?
They will. We'll be on a night out and a cocky drunk boy. Oh, you fucking cheat on her. And then
I would knock that. I would knock that motherfucker.
Yeah,
out.
like Liam, but you can't. Like Liam can't. Yeah.
Literally drop.
Remember when we had that row in Ibiza?
Oh my god! Okay, so can we just quickly?
Yeah, we need to fuck. We had a full-on blown row.
I've actually spoken about this with
Have
Chloe
you?
on the show. How we had this, but we had a situation in Ibiza. We were there for Chloe's birthday. Me and you got my fan. I had an OnlyFans fan. We were in the San Antonio taxi queue. Yeah, because our car had gone. Couldn't get hold of him. He'd fucked off. We were too late. It was like 4 a.m. or something. And so we're standing in this queue on the way where we'd been to Ocean Beach.
Yeah.
So we had this big OnlyFans fan. Me and Millie are taking pictures where Chloe is taking the picture.
Yeah.
This fucking rowdy cunt behind us.
The lot of them.
One
of them started, then they all fucking
started.
And that
bitch wearing that like fake Hervé Leger dress, fucking, and trainers, by the way, mind you, like bizarre. And they started saying, do you remember they said to us, "Oh, you do OnlyFans, like you guys do reality TV. Like I bet your parents are proud."
Yeah, it's like, I had sex on TV. You do sex for sex for a living. Yeah. Like slagging us off.
Me and Chloe ate them the fuck up. You were like.
I was holding you back.
Yeah.
Yous were like this in their face, like that. And I was like, I then had to go in the middle of you two and be like, girls, people are going to start taking pictures and filming, and it's going to go on viral on Twitter tomorrow. Move, and you're over my shoulder.
Me and Chloe wouldn't let it go in the car. Do you remember? We sat there, Millie's like trying, like she's just like chilling, and we're
trying to calm you down.
That fucking dickhead thinks he can speak to me like.
I'm like, this is about to blow up.
It would have been funny, with them saying that shit about us. He was like, do you remember he said something about like we need to be in church or something? I thought, you're in church. You're in the San Antonio Q2, babe.
Yeah, what you been doing tonight?
Yeah, exactly. You're on pingers, babe.
Like chill out, mate.
Bizarre.
The only thing I thought of was because, like you just said, like Liam would. Maybe in another situation, he would start on the boy and be like, listen, mate, and sort of call him out on it. But you can't do that now because someone's going to take a video.
I think they did actually start filming towards the end.
They did.
And
because I was
that's
told
when I
that,
realised when you said they're filming, and I was like, oh shit. So then I was like, oh.
Yeah, stop.
Backtrack, just kidding.
And the funny bit was then I made you girls like sort of stand there and not reply back to them, and then they were just howling abuse at you, all of us. Yeah. But you just had to stand there and not say anything, and I was like, "You're doing good, Lottie. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing."
When we got in the car that we drove past them, I went, "Fuck off!" I just, do you know, I'm so bad when it comes to things like that. I can't let it go.
No,
especially when they start to say things about you guys. Like when people say things about my friends, I'm like, oh,
no way, yeah.
It ignites a flame in me, which cannot be put out. So
that's fair enough. Yeah, they deserved a bit of lip back.
So we've got a segment which is called Ick or Stick.
Okay.
So basically, I just give you a few things, and then you just basically say whether it's an ick or it's a stick.
Okay. Matching
couple outfits.
Ick.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, babe. That's giving twins.
What the fuck? Yeah, it's giving creepy.
It's giving like, you know, those two girls in that horror film like holding hands. Foreplay.
Oh, stick.
PDA.
Stick.
Splitting the bill.
Stick.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
When you're in an actual relationship, yeah.
Yeah. Not dating. I'd say men should pay for the first like 3, and then I think after that,
then you need to start. It needs to be fair.
Yeah.
Cutesy couple nicknames.
Stick.
Love. Dirty talk.
Stick.
Shower sex.
Stick.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I hate shower sex.
Really?
Shower sex is so uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, but like not.
I'm really small though.
That's a good thing.
I'm small and then the guy's taller and it's always really awkward. Like my legs up
I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't like if they're like almost as like if they're like 6 foot.
Then no,
like, it just doesn't really. They need to be like under 6 foot, and then I'm not having sex with them anyway. So.
Liam's 6'6", but I'm.
Oh yeah, but you're tall.
I'm like tall. I'm like 5. I'm 5'8".
Yeah,
it's not that much.
It's not that big of a.
No.
Gym selfies.
Ick.
Yeah. Baby talk.
Stick.
Really? Do you baby talk with Liam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got all of the names. We've got the voices.
What's your cringiest name?
What for him?
Yeah.
I call. I call.
I
It's
feel
not
like
a
it's a bad one.
cringe. It's not. No. It's just I just call him like little boy. Like baby and bubby.
Oh yeah.
It's like proper like baby.
Oh no, but I do that as well when I'm in a relationship. I'm like baby.
Yeah.
Socks during sex is the last one.
Ick. No, yeah, definitely not.
All right, and then now we've got another segment called Bedtime Stories.
Cute.
So basically, it's just people like write in, and then we give them advice on their issues.
Yeah, I'm not very good at advice.
I'm not very qualified to be honest either. But here we are.
Let's do it.
I started dating this guy, and suddenly he's trying to become an influencer. He takes forever to get the right pic when we go out. Captions things like, "Oh God,
oh no,
you're not gonna like this."
No,
grind never stops.
Oh, here we go.
And stealth mode, while he's literally unemployed. This is a major ick, but I don't think it's a red flag. Do you? Yeah.
Do you think it's a red flag?
Yeah. I personally, for me, if I like went on his Instagram and we went on a date and I saw that, no. He'd have to be a really, really good person for that.
I'm really fit.
And really fit.
Yeah.
In order to write that kind of shit.
Is it because of the captions put you off?
I think also because they said grind never stops and he's unemployed.
He's unemployed is the bad.
Stopped.
Yeah.
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 It has quite literally grinded to a halt. Like
there is no grind.
There is
babe.
no grind.
No. So now you're lying.
Yeah, so now he's a liar.
Yeah.
Like, so that is a bit of a red flag, isn't it?
Red flag.
Yeah, I just like I like guys when they're just like transparent. Like if he was unemployed and he was like, look, I'm just in between jobs.
Yeah.
Like, things aren't going great for me. I'd be like, I respect that more than the lies.
I agree. No, and also how's he trying to become an influencer? What's he doing? Gym selfies or?
Yeah, probably, babe. Oh God. It's an ick, but I don't know whether if you really like him, I don't think it's a red flag.
No, yeah. And also like how long have they been dating? It was first date.
Started dating this guy, so we don't really know.
No, okay, fine. Yeah.
If it's early on you don't like him, I'd say get rid.
Just get rid, yeah. If it's already giving you ick, leave.
Yeah, so yeah, babe, because it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, yeah.
It never goes away. The ick stays and it gets worse. My best friend's boyfriend looks exactly like her brother. She's madly in love, but her boyfriend and her brother could literally be twins. It's so uncanny that our entire friendship group is unsettled. Do I tell her or just try not to stir?
My best friend's boyfriend.
So her best friend's boyfriend looks exactly like her brother. So
it's like incest. she's dated someone that looks like
But
her
then
brother. And
have you seen like Billie Eilish's brother and
Yes,
his
I have.
girlfriend? That's weird. As
why?
fuck.
What does she look like?
Or
Billy?
even Ariana Grande's boyfriend and the brother.
No, I don't know. I haven't
Oh,
seen these
babe,
people.
Really unsettling.
That's the
weird.
same person. He's dyed his hair.
No, that's the same person.
No,
the same
that
smile,
can't.
everything.
No, that can't be.
Uncanny Valley.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's. So are we saying that's a
I
red
think
flag?
that's weird as
Thank
fuck.
you.
Like personally, I think like there is that weird thing where people say like, oh, you date your mother, you know, guys.
Yeah,
date
or
their
like your
mum.
dad's or something.
But
Yeah.
then if they look alike, I think that's weird because then it's like you actually kind of are like you saying your type is your sister or your brother. Like that's weird as fuck. I just found out my boyfriend posts dramatic, mysterious tweets like some people change and guess I can't trust anyone. Every time we have a minor argument, that is so funny. Actually, he is a drama queen.
I love that.
That's so me. Actually,
So
that's so me. Yeah.
Me and Liam have an argument.
Me
I put up
writing
a
quote,
quote.
yeah.
I put up a quote like something indirect.
And I'll go and find one on
Yeah, yeah.
Instagram as well. Like, I wouldn't even come across this. I'll go and find one about like trust.
Reshare.
Yeah, men acting like this. And
That is so true.
I've called him out and he said it's not about me and that I'm being full of myself. I think this is so childish. Should I be concerned? I mean, I actually just think that's really funny.
It's funny, but also it definitely is about you.
Yeah.
So he's embarrassed.
It's
that
a
you've
bit
called him out,
childish, yeah.
and he's called. Yeah, it is childish,
Yeah.
but also it's fine.
It's men.
yeah. Just
And also
move on.
me and you would do the same thing.
Yeah, literally. If you've not done that before, then I think that's a
That's
red
more
flag.
concerning
Yeah.
that you haven't written anything about him. Like, why do you not care? Like,
You should be posting that all over
to
social
be fair,
media.
I've done that before where I've been like, it's not about you.
Yeah.
No, it so is. So is.
It literally so is every time.
Literally every time.
I love that.
Right, well, thank you so much, Millie, for coming on the
Aw,
show. We've had so much fun.
Yeah, it's been good.
And keep watching, keep listening, guys. Until next week.
Mwah, bye.